Hi everybody. I wanted to do a brief video on something that came across my mind, and I had a question that I wanted to ask everybody. And that question is, what are you willing to give up in order to gain something out of your life? And what made me want to do this video is because when I decided to go down this journey of getting back to my happy place, I realized that there were certain habits about myself that I really needed to break. And what I find is that most of us want to gain a lot out of life. We want a better job, better relationships with people. We just want a better life. But then on the flip side, we have these old habits that we have that we're not really too gung-ho about giving up. But in order for you to have something different in your life, you got to be willing to do something differently. And that's something that I had to do. I had to break some bad habits that I had. You know, I was one of those people that when you tried to tell me about myself, I just didn't want to hear it, you know, because I was set in my ways. I already had my way of thinking, and I thought my way of thinking was the right way of thinking, which hindered my growth, which hindered me from moving forward, which allowed me to stay in the same position for so long because I never worked on the things that I lacked in. And for most of us, that's what we don't like to do. We don't like to work on the things that we struggle in. We only want to focus on the things that we're great in. And it's good to praise those things, but it's also good to see what you lack in so that you can elevate and move to the next level and have more out of your life than what you currently have. Now, if you don't feel like you need to change and you feel like your life is good and you don't need to change for nobody, you good the way you are, I mean, that's cool. But for people who really do desire more and want more of their life, you need to own up to the things that you lack in. It's important for you to own up to the things that you lack in, because when you can own up to those things, you can change those things. And when you can change those things, you can become better. And when you can become better, you can always be that person that you were always designed to be. What I find is that a lot of us like to justify what we do as a way of not wanting to change anything about ourselves. You know, I had a bad habit of doing that. I would always justify what I did. I always felt like it was okay for me to do what I do. But then what's so funny is that the same thing that we do, we don't like being done to us. So we feel like what we doing, it should be exempt on those same rules that we give other people. I know, crazy, but that's how it is. Most people like to live that double standard. So, you know, what I want you to do is look at your life and examine your life and take it for what it is. You know, be transparent about it. You know, this isn't the time to sugarcoat things. Don't sit here and try to act like, well, you know, it may not be as bad as it seems. Most likely it probably is, because if you're still complaining about the same things 5 years ago, then most likely you do need to change what it is that you claim isn't so bad. So I just wanted to put that out there to help you guys, because what I realize is that during this whole process of change, you will never stop changing. You will always be working on becoming a better you. Like, this is a 365 day a year thing. Like, you don't just like pick certain days out of the week or say, you know, I'm just going to do this a month. Like, if you really want to be a lifelong changer, understand that you're going to be working on a better you on a daily basis. So until next time, guys, own your happiness, own your peace, and own your great.